Assalamu alaikum. Today we're cooking Machboose. Machboose chicken, which is a typical Gulf dish. They cook it in the Gulf region. I'm just changing in the type of rice. I'm doing it a little bit twisted, but more or less the same. So let's go enjoy cooking it together and then see how it will look. So the ingredients that we used to cook that delicious Machboose that I was trying earlier are the following. Of course, we have the chicken, the main thing, and the chicken is washed and cleaned very nicely, and I do use lemon to wash it also, because to remove any kind of smell or flavor that comes out of the chicken normally. Of course, I have here saffron soaked in milk and water, and this saffron is going to be used for two things: for the chicken, and it's going to be used for the rice. So we have the rice here, and that rice is actually jasmine rice. It's not basmati. Basmati is the rice that everybody uses for Machboose or any kind of Arabic dish. I decided to use this one because it has very nice flavor and it can do the job, and it's actually cheaper than the basmati rice, much cheaper. And we have here what we're gonna put over the rice later when it's cooked. We have here the pine nuts, and we have here the almonds, and those are gonna be, of course, roasted. I have the whole spices, only cinnamon stick, I have bay leaves, and I have star anise, and I have cardamom seeds. Of course, potatoes. Potatoes is very important in the Machboose. I have them. They're not cooked yet. I'm gonna cook them later with the rice and the chicken. I have two types of onions here. I have the chopped onion, and I have the pieces of onion. This is going to be used in the chicken, and the chopped onions are going to be used in the filling, or what's going to go with the rice. Of course, I have the dry spices. I have here turmeric, I have here cinnamon, I have here cardamom powder, I have here salt, and it looks pink because of the origin. It's from Himalayan salt. I have here ginger powder, and I have here the cumin seeds. Cumin seeds are essential in this because they give the rice very nice flavor and taste. I'm using ginger and garlic, but definitely I'm not going to use the already made paste, so I'm going to make my own paste. It's very easy to do. We do it in this. We just smash it, and it comes in less than 2 minutes. It will be ready, and it's much fresh because you're going to push all the oils out of it, and the aroma and the smell. It will be very delicious. I like to use the ground pepper always in all my cooking, better than the pepper that is already powder, because in here this grinder, what it will do, it will take the oil out of the pepper, which will give it a very nice taste. So this is all the ingredients. Let's start cooking. So first thing, we're gonna put the oil in this hot pot in here, around 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Extra virgin is better. We're gonna put our onions. We don't have to wait until it's really hot. We can start putting them from now. So basically this is how it's gonna be. While we are doing this, make sure the fire is not too strong, and then we're gonna put our whole spices. The cinnamon stick, not very big piece. We're gonna put the star anise. It's better to break it so all the oils will come out of it. And I'm gonna break a bay leaf and throw it in here, maybe 2 because it's quite small. Also, I'm gonna be putting the cardamom, whole cardamoms in here, around 4 pieces, not 4 to 5 pieces. It's not too much. I wish you can smell. Oh, mashallah, the smell is really nice here. When you throw all those here and the hot oil, it gives it a beautiful smell. Really nice smell in here. Stir them a little bit so all the oils out of those spices is coming out now, and the smell is amazing. We can add up our ginger paste that I made. If you will see now here, I made already the paste. It became like 2 teaspoons. So all those ginger and garlic that were here, they became only like 2 teaspoons. So we're putting 1, a little bit more. We're leaving a little bit for the rice later, for the base of the rice. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put our chicken. So as you can see, the whole chicken. I'm doing the whole chicken. Some people, they cut the chicken and they do it in pieces, but I'm doing it as a whole chicken. That's the lemon that was inside. So I'm doing the whole chicken right now. I'm gonna flip it in here. So I'm gonna be cooking it on both sides for around like 10 minutes. Doesn't want to flip. Naughty chicken! Naughty chicken! Naughty! So here we go. We'll do this for around 10 minutes before we add up our water. So the chicken, it's halfway. As you can see, color started to change. I can add up some of the salt, the Himalayan salt in here, because I still need to use for the sugar. I have around 2 teaspoons of salt in here. So I'm using some of it for this chicken, and I'm gonna use the rest for the rice. I'm gonna add up some cinnamon also. Spread it with cinnamon. Not too much, just 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm gonna add up the cumin seeds. Some people, they add the cumin seeds earlier at the first stages. I'm putting the cumin seeds now because I want the flavor to be very strong, because it's really delicious. I'm adding up the ginger powder in here. Around 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm putting another maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of cardamom powder. Again, I'm gonna also put the pepper, ground pepper. Make sure it's covering everything. Flip it. Make sure all the spices are mixed with the whole thing. Wow, the smell is so nice. At this stage, I can add up my water. This water is gonna be the hot water that I heated earlier. Bismillah. I'm putting it in stages. I don't want to hurry in this. Steam is coming out. It's so nice. That water is gonna be the same water that we're gonna use for the rice, or at least we're gonna use good amount of it for the rice. This stage is the basic, and the first stage we're gonna have to wait for another, like, let's say 25 to 30 minutes until the chicken is really cooked. Sometimes it takes more. Let's see, this is fresh chicken, so it should take less. So while we are waiting for the chicken to get cooked, we're gonna be doing the potatoes. We're gonna like saute them or fry them, but in shallow oil, not deep oil. And then we're gonna add them up to the chicken, so some of the oil will come out, and this will be as part of the rice, or the filling that's gonna be in the rice with the onions and so on and so on. So as the chicken is almost half cooked, I'm gonna put those beautiful potatoes inside so we can cook them together, because I don't want the potatoes to be very, very soft. I just want them to be cooked where you can enjoy a little bit, the very slight crunchiness when you're eating it, or not, let's say crunchiness, but not so soft. So I'm gonna add up all those potatoes in here, and I'm gonna cook the onions in the same pan where I was cooking the potatoes. So we're putting the onions in here to cook. We're gonna saute them, make them soft as much as possible. We're not gonna make them caramelized. We're just gonna saute them at this stage, and later on maybe we can somehow caramelize them, but not necessarily 100%. So as we can see, I put back the potatoes after I boil them like around 5 minutes with the chicken. I bring them back here and I'm cooking them together. I'm gonna add up a little bit of turmeric in here, just a small, very small like amount of turmeric, and I'm gonna add up a little bit, very little bit of cinnamon. As such, I'm gonna add up a little bit of ginger, very small amount of ginger. Also, I'm gonna spread them like this. I'm gonna stir them together, and then I'm gonna put them on the side because they'll be already cooked. What I will do later, before I actually put them on the side, I'm gonna add a little bit of the water that is in the chicken right now to give it a nice flavor, and then I'm gonna put them on the side. I'm not gonna soak them, just a small touch to give them a nice flavor. So here we go, adding up just very small amount of water from the chicken. That's it, not more than this. Just a teaser. We want to tease the potatoes and the onions. Look how nice is that. The color, sauteed, very nicely cooked. And voila, that's it. This is what we need. We don't need more than this. So now, since we have the chicken already almost more than 90% cooked, we're gonna bring it back into this pan here, and we're gonna somehow fry it, or not fry it, just gonna saute it, give it a nice color from both sides. I'm gonna shape it up a little bit. Not to forget that we will need to also put some saffron on it with the brush. We're gonna brush it with the saffron while it's cooking. Here we go. This step here is really important because it will give the chicken very good taste and very nice color and very beautiful flavor. So we'll do it as such, and then we have to flip it to the other side and do it from the other side. Oh, nice color. You see, that's the color that we need on the other side. We'll wait for like a little bit, and then we flip it back. Wow, that's it. That's exactly what we're looking for. Doesn't matter if it breaks, because by the end of the day we're gonna actually break it into pieces. That's a sign of chicken very well cooked. When it's in the nice color that we need, we'll put it on the side and we'll start cooking the rice. So since the chicken is ready, we're gonna cook the rice. We're gonna do the base of the rice right now. I have very small amount of oil in here because I don't want to put any more oil, because the water that we're gonna use is already with oil, flavor, everything, the same water we used in the chicken. So I put just a little bit of cinnamon sticks, and then I'm gonna add up a little bit of cumin seeds in here, and that's it. I'm gonna saute them a little bit, not too much, with the heat, and the very small amount of oil that is inside here, maybe to make it more flavor I'll add up a little bit of the water that I'm gonna use for the chicken. The flavor that's coming out of here, or actually the smell, it's so nice, so nice. I'm gonna add some of the whatever is left from the ginger and garlic that we did earlier. Now that stage, a lot of people maybe they would not do it, especially those who are from the region, from the Gulf region. They do the rice without putting those things, but I always like to make the rice full of flavor. So that's why I would always put those three things in here to give it that nice, beautiful flavor. Anyway, we'll just saute them for a few seconds, a maximum of a minute or so, just to make sure they're combined together. The flavor is now all coming into a beautiful taste. And then we're gonna add up our nice rice, 1 cup of rice that I'm doing here. That means we're gonna use maybe 2 cups of water or even less, because this type of rice doesn't need too much of water. I'm just gonna make sure the flavor is all over. So I have around 2 cups of water. That water is the same water that we used before in the chicken, to cook the chicken. I'm gonna add up the water. Bismillah. And I'm gonna leave a little bit here, maybe half a cup. So we literally put 1.5 instead of 2. Wait for a boil, and then we will cover it and wait for it to almost cooked, and then we finish it up and plate it. So the rice is almost cooked. We're gonna check it by a fork and see how it's doing. It's doing fine, very nice. We added up a little bit of turmeric in here, so that's why the color is as such. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna add up the little bit of the saffron water, just very little on the side, not on all of it, just to give it nice shape and color and very nice flavor. And then we're gonna put the fire off and cover it with this lid and leave it to rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna plate everything. So we're gonna plate now everything. There we go. That's the rice. Bismillah. Look how nice is that. Rice is not sticky. Look at this. So nice. So beautiful. Wow. The smell of that is so good. I wish you can smell that. Look at this. Look at this. The mix of colors, yellow and saffron, turmeric, cinnamon. Amazing. Now we're gonna put what we call the filling up in here. It's hot. We're gonna bring our chicken, place it as such. Put one of the parts here and the other part there. Some of those nuts all over, everywhere. Spread them out like this. And voila,